Good evening, folks, and welcome back. This is Chris in England. Professor G is back. A lot of people have been asking about him. He's been busy teaching at university, but he's back making videos on YouTube about asylum and about the South African refugee program. He did a video earlier to calm people down, and for some people, it's had the opposite effect. Therefore, I'm going to make this video to try to calm those down who didn't hear or listen to what he had to say. Now, he did a video talking about a persecution bar. From the outset on February 7th, and certainly when I produced videos the following Monday or Tuesday, I started publishing them, I think it was around the 10th and 11th of February, I said very clearly that every refugee gets a very detailed background investigation, almost on the level that U.S. military get for their security clearance. Not quite the same, but a very detailed background check. We have to weed out potential refugees because, for instance, Rwanda, genocideers fled into the DRC. And then some of them tried to become refugees to go to Europe or to America. We can't have genocideers in our midst. That's not the idea. So there's a persecution bar and there's a crime bar, those sorts of things. So it's a very real thing, and Professor G is correct to highlight it and point it out to people. And the reason it's come up now is because apparently RSC has been asking a number of people about their military and or police service during the apartheid era under the National Party. But I've already told you they're going to ask you that. For 6 months, I've been telling you that. Apparently, some people don't listen. For 6 months, I've been telling you that you're going to have a detailed background investigation. And the military service and police service is not necessarily a bar. So some people are freaking out. Oh, we're all screwed because we're conscripted. No, you're not paying attention. You're not listening. Pay attention. If you committed a crime, if you detained someone unlawfully, if you tortured someone, well, do you honestly expect that we should take you as a refugee? I don't care if you were conscripted or coerced to do it. It doesn't matter. You still did it. Doesn't make it right. You're not going to be rewarded for those crimes. And if you were given amnesty under the TRC, it still doesn't matter, although it might mitigate it. So once again, if you served in national service, if you were conscripted into the military, if you served the police or corrections services, if you committed no crimes, you're going to be okay. If, however, you participate in crimes against humanity, committed war crimes, committed unlawful actions as a member of the police or special branch or something like that, well, then your dream of coming to America never should have been a dream. And you should have realized that from the outset. So for those who've committed those crimes, you know who you are. It's a very small number of people, probably nobody interested in the refugee program. The rest of you need to stop panicking. Listen to what Professor G said, and please listen to what I say and what I've been saying since February. A detailed background investigation, hence the reason for fingerprints, hence the reason for sign and release to let people look into your records, of your credit history, of your employment history, of your background, of your military service, all of those things. This is necessary. The U.S. government has an obligation to protect our citizens, something the Biden regime was not doing. Obama did it. He deported over 2 million people. Trump is doing it, getting rid of criminals. But Biden allowed our country to be flooded and invaded by criminal alien invaders, many of them gang members, terrorists. 168 terrorists on the terror watch list were arrested in just a few months under the Biden regime. These are the ones we caught, coming across the border. What about the ones that got away we never found that are now in the United States? So our government has an obligation to protect American citizens, to do no harm. And while we want to offer refuge and succor to people who are suffering from unjust racial discrimination, if they've committed unjust racial discrimination in the past, well, it's hardly fair to let them come to America and bring those screwed up attitudes with them. So, national service, not a bar to refugee program. Police service, not a bar to refugee program. But committing crimes, you honestly think you can come to America committing crimes? And for those of you who panic, stop it. It's really becoming quite frustrating to tell people the same damn thing over and over and over again. And for those of you who want to get to carpet with me and say, well, I didn't watch your program. Well, if you don't know who I am and you haven't heard my videos and you're not paying attention, then you really weren't paying attention to the refugee program. Whether I want to be or not, I'm the person that's been first and foremost out in front of this program since 2 hours after Trump announced it and have accurately described the program, the absence of information from my government for 6 months. So you don't have to listen to me. If you want to panic, get yourself in a tiz. But my recommendation is listen to what Professor G said and listen to what I'm saying. Okay? Military service, police service, not an automatic bar. You simply have to be able to explain your service, where you're at, and what's going on. Case closed. Best of luck. Cheers, everybody.